So let's talk about AI in the workplace. Is it this big, scary threat that's going to take your job? Or is it maybe the single greatest tool for transformation we've ever seen in our careers? That's the big question we're going to dig into today.
Okay, let's just get right to it. This is the question on your minds, on my minds, on pretty much everyone's mind, right? Is AI coming for my job? I mean, you see all the headlines, automation, job displacement, and it's super easy to feel this, pit in your stomach. That anxiety, it's totally real. And look, that fear is 100% valid. Let's be clear, AI is a genuinely disruptive technology. But what if there's another way to look at this? Today, we're going to explore a completely different perspective, one that shifts the whole conversation away from replacement and towards collaboration, away from fear and towards opportunity. All right, so first things first, let's talk about that job killer fear. We have to understand the disruption. And yeah, let's be super clear. The disruption is happening. But here's the thing. This isn't like past tech waves that mostly hit manual labor. No, this one's different. I mean, AI is already out there reshaping the job market as we speak. Sure, it's automating those boring, repetitive tasks, but it's also creating brand new, higher skilled jobs that, we couldn't even imagine a few years ago. But the real kicker, the crucial difference this time around, it's hitting cognitive white collar jobs. And that right there is why this conversation feels so personal and so different for so many of us. Okay, so how in the world do we navigate all this? Well, the key, and this is everything, is a fundamental shift in how we think about it. We've got to stop thinking about AI as a replacement for people and start seeing it as a seriously powerful partner. This is what's called the augmentation approach. And really, it boils down to two totally different mindsets. On one side, you've got automation. That's all about one thing, replacing humans to cut costs. Simple as that. But then you have augmentation, and that's a whole different ballgame. The goal there isn't cost cutting, it's value creation. The focus is on enhancing what we humans can do, not getting rid of us. So what does augmentation actually mean in the real world? Well, think of it like this. We let the AI do what it's amazing at, crunching huge amounts of data, doing all that boring, repetitive stuff. And that frees us up, the humans, to double down on what we do best. Things like creative problem solving, thinking strategically, and, actually connecting with other people. Let's make this super concrete. Think about marketing. The AI can analyze mountains of campaign data in seconds, but it takes a human to weave that data into a story that actually resonates with people. Or how about medicine? An AI might be able to spot a tiny anomaly on a scan, but it's the doctor who makes the final diagnosis and delivers the care. In cybersecurity, the AI flags a threat, but the human expert is the one who figures out the smart way to respond. See the pattern? In every single case, it's a partnership. All right, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? Well, for any leaders out there, it really comes down to a clear, actionable blueprint. So here's the game plan. It's a 4-part strategy, and any leader can start on this today. First, redesign jobs. Second, invest in reskilling. Third, create totally new roles. And fourth, advocate for policy. Let's break down what each of those actually means. Okay, strategy number 1, redesigning jobs. And this is not about some top-down command, it's about empowering your people. You could, for example, create little pilot groups, call them AI acceleration squads or whatever, with folks who are excited to try new tools. Even better, encourage your employees to be the ones who figure out what parts of their own jobs can be automated. That frees them up for the more important stuff. And of course, when you're hiring, you start to really prioritize those uniquely human skills, critical thinking, creativity, empathy. Actually, here's a really powerful thing you can do. Take this question directly to your team. Don't ask them, what are you afraid of? No, ask them this. How can we use AI to wipe out, say, 70% of your repetitive tasks so you can focus all your brainpower on the 30% that really truly matters? That one question, it completely reframes the entire conversation from fear to opportunity. Strategy number 2 is a big one, and honestly, it's non-negotiable. You have to invest in reskilling. That means things like mandatory AI literacy programs so everyone's on the same page. It means creating clear learning paths so people can learn the specific tools they need for their jobs. And, maybe most importantly, you have to build a culture where people feel safe to just try things out, to experiment and learn as they go. Okay, I want to just pause on this for a second. Because if you take away one thing for yourself Personally, this is it. The most valuable worker won't be replaced by AI. They'll be replaced by another person who knows how to use AI more effectively. Let that sink in. Your job isn't at risk from a machine. The real risk is being outpaced by someone who's learned how to use these new tools to become better, faster, and way more effective. All right, strategy 3 is all about creating entirely new jobs. And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi future. These jobs are being posted right now. Companies are desperately looking for AI integration specialists, for AI governance officers, for prompt engineers, the people who talk to the AI, and even AI ethicists to make sure this stuff is used responsibly. And what's so cool about this is that it creates these incredible new career paths right inside a company. Just imagine, you've got a data entry clerk, but they learn how to use these new AI tools. Suddenly, they're not just entering data anymore. They can transition into a data analyst role, where they're interpreting that information and actually helping with big picture strategy. I mean, talk about a powerful transformation. And finally, the fourth strategy. This one zooms out a bit, beyond the company's four walls. Leaders have a real role to play in the bigger picture. The whole societal shift. This means things like working with the government to support AI apprenticeships. It means talking to schools and universities and telling them, hey, these are the skills we're going to need. And it means being part of the conversation to establish ethical standards for all this powerful new tech. Okay, so let's bring this all home. As we wrap up, what we're really seeing is a clear path forward. This whole thing is about actively shaping our future with AI, not just sitting back and letting it happen to us. It's about making a deliberate choice to shift from fear to, well, just immense potential. So here's the bottom line, the most crucial point of all. That whole narrative of fear and job loss, that's just one possible future. It's not set in stone. We have the power to choose a totally different path, one where we turn that fear into a powerful engine to unlock human potential on a scale we've never seen before. At the end of the day, this is the philosophy to hold on to. The real goal here isn't to replace humans. It's to make humans better at what we already do best. The true promise of AI isn't about making machines that think like us. It's about creating tools that free us up to be more creative, more strategic, and more human than ever before. So, I'm going to leave you with one final question to think about, just for you. Think about your own work, your day-to-day grind. What is just one repetitive, soul-crushing task you do that you could maybe, just maybe, start augmenting with AI tomorrow? Think about it, because that's where this whole transformation begins. It starts with you.